don't think I get what music is.
Aren't you a music artist?
These niggas better catch up. I'm outside getting to the cheddar. Looking good, drinking water, feeling better. Just copped Amazon, Microsoft a little metal. My nigga, that's level.
Let's go! Y'all are now tuned in to another episode of Take It or Leave It. Now, we had a star in the building, man, Riah Michelle, man. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
No, just playing. What's up, you guys? My name is Riah Michelle, the Pop Princess.
Talk to him, man. And we also got my man Corey Does It,
Man,
my
what's
twin.
up? What's
Y'all
up?
know how
What's
it is,
up?
baby. Yes, Lord. Yes,
What's up?
Lord.
What's up? What's up?
Yes, Lord.
So, man, let's get straight into it, man. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm really happy to be here. You know what I'm saying? I've known her for a little minute. I know her for about an hour, so that's really a long time. But yeah, definitely just want to, say thank y'all for having me here. So
It's an honor.
yeah, I'm excited.
It's an honor.
We
Yeah.
appreciate it. We appreciate it. So, man, let's get straight into it. Like, how's everything going for you with the music, life? Fill us in.
Fill us in, baby.
Oh, you ain't know for real? So I'm gonna say this: life has been lifing. August has been a great month. Music. I did just drop an EP, Daddy Issues.
Okay.
So
Come on,
that's
man.
kind of like a big thing I have going for me in music right now. And then really just being consistent. I think that's the big thing that I'm trying to fight for right now. Is
Right.
promoting my project.
Me and my boy Corey Dozen I'm talking about swinging to that Daddy Issues on the way
most
up, man.
Let me hear you
know
sing
what
a-
I'm
let me
saying?
hear a
Talk to
verse.
him. Talk to him, Corey.
I need to hear a
Come on,
verse.
She wanna
man.
hear a verse.
What's your favorite part, Corey? Talk to him, man.
You gonna put it on me?
Come on, man. You
Say
said
your
you was gonna
favorite
tell
part. She
her.
just
You said
called
you
you
was
out.
gonna tell her.
She
So
just called.
I'm like, tell her.
Come on, man. See, look, that's
You
your
said it.
friendship right there.
Hey,
That's our
I need to know.
friendship.
Hey, he spoke so highly that y'all really just love it so much. I have to know.
I'm gonna keep it all the way gangster. I don't know the full songs, but we was jamming it. Being honest with you,
I love that.
Yes, Lord.
Hey, if y'all really just put it on repeat when y'all go to sleep, turn it down a little bit. We all good. You know?
Yeah.
The streams don't still stream.
Nah. But I'm gonna be honest though, the song that really stood out to me was "No Love."
Really?
Yeah, it really stood out.
Why you
to
say
me.
that?
Like, it stood out to me because I felt like you was talking about industry,
Yeah.
and not having no love within the industry.
Yeah.
So I really wanted to get on here and just ask you about that. Like,
Yeah.
how you feel about that? Like, how you feel about the people in the industry?
I say people in the industry right now are looking for one thing. I don't say one thing. I think that there's two things. A lot of things actually. I think sex and drugs is going really hard.
and violence.
And violence is
Come on
going really
now.
hard right now. So when I made No Love, they never showed me no love. Now my show sold out. So what?
Right.
They gonna be front row trying to show love.
Right.
Come on now.
I know who was here when we ain't have nothing.
Right.
That's
on.
I know y'all don't support.
Right.
I had people be like, "Oh, I love your music, but it's just not what I listen to."
Right.
That's cool.
Be quick to put on the baby.
Yeah, I never even took offense because one thing I know about it is God knows your crowd.
Right.
Come on.
And it's gonna take a little minute for your crowd to come to you.
Right.
So my following, people who I know, people from high school, I went to Nimitz, so it is more rah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not that.
Right.
But I'm not gonna go back to that. So it's when God send my crowd, He send my crowd.
Right.
You know what I'm
right.
saying? But I'm still gonna keep.
Right.
doing what I'm doing. That's just the industry right now.
Right.
I'm just not industry.
Before
right
we
now.
got on set, I like that you told me that you was like, God gonna guide you in the right direction.
facts.
If y'all didn't know, Rasta the Greatest was an artist himself. You know what I mean? and me and her was talking highly about, me just stopping music, and she told me, man, God gonna guide you in the right direction. So I love that. I love that. Yes, Lord.
No, I love that too, man. I feel like it really is no love in the industry, and I could kind of speak on that too. It's just the people you encounter. Like for me, well, I'm gonna speak for Houston. Let me speak for Houston. Bro.
Yeah.
Let me just speak for Houston. So I just feel like the Houston culture is not a lot of togetherness.
Oh no.
You know what I mean? I feel like you reach out to certain artists, and I feel like. I'm not gonna say I feel like people think they. Well, I am gonna say that. I feel like
Yeah, say it, 'cause that's the truth.
people think that they bigger than what they really are. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And then I forgot the quote, but it's just when you work together, you'll go farther. You know what I
Well,
mean?
2 or 3 are gathered in a midst.
Right.
As long as it is in God's coordinates. I seen a quote today that said, as soon as people get that K behind they following,
Right.
Come on.
They turned up.
it's hey.
They turned up. They turned
Come
up. The
on.
thing is,
What?
people believe what they see. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if all of us come together, it's like, okay, you believe in me, you believe in me, I believe in you, I
Hey.
believe in you, and now everybody believing in us.
I'm gonna tell
You
y'all
see
one
what I'm
thing
saying?
about it
Facts.
is going like from college. My college friends, I got college friends on Instagram with 2,000 followers, but when it's time for their birthday, the whole city popping
Come
out.
on,
Come on,
man.
I got people on Instagram with 100,000 followers. When it's time for their birthday,
Come on now.
10 people pop out.
Come on now.
It's never about what they trying to facade you, because some people who even follow you, usually they not from your city, they're
Right.
not from your state, they
Right.
don't know you, they don't care about
on.
you.
Right.
But I was like I said, I've seen people from youth up. When it's time for their birthday, the whole city
Right.
popping out for them.
Right.
No
Come on
followers.
now.
Nah, I believe
and,
that.
And
Yeah.
I say that to say, cause like I didn't like, you know, me being an artist too.
Yeah.
Like I didn't reach out to people with like, you know, cause me, I don't really care about
Yeah.
how many followers you got. It's all about the music. Like if I
Yeah.
genuinely follow, like fuck with your music, like I'll reach out.
Yeah.
So I reached out to a person, right? And I'm like, yeah, man, let's link up. You know, I'm vibing with your music, man. They was like, yeah, nah, for sure. Hit my email. Like, all right, you know what I'm saying? I hit your email, you know.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna charge you $300.
Right.
I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
And this is somebody you know, no?
like I don't really know you,
Right.
but you know what I'm saying. At the end of the day, it's like, bro,
We all
like,
trying to
you know,
make
it ain't like it ain't what a love, like what
Right.
a togetherness. Like it ain't like you got a big platform or anything.
Yeah.
Either. Like you know what I'm saying. It ain't like you got millions of followers, even
Right.
100,000, 10K on Spotify, not even a K on Spotify.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's just like it's not that togetherness. It's like people with egos. I feel like it's a lot of
Oh,
egos,
it's so many
in the
egos.
industry, and especially in Houston.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? So-
I feel like everybody in Houston want to be the big dog. So,
Facts.
so you have
Yeah.
a guy, right, that you know that's harder than you, know more talented, more powerful, you know, have an impact more than you, but you got the following, right? You
Yeah.
you don't want that certain individual to surpass you.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And you know, I done dealt with a lot of that in my days of rapping, so I definitely know that's true, like for sure. But everybody want to be a big dog. That's
No,
it.
facts.
That's it.
Everybody wants to be that's another thing. It's like when you find that team, you gotta pray for that team.
It hit different.
Because it do hit different. Because everybody not supposed to be a big dog, but the big dog is usually trying to make it for everybody
Right.
else.
Come
right.
on.
You
The
not
big-
really ever a big dog,
Right.
because that the higher that position when the spotlight is on you,
Right.
the harder it is.
Right.
You got to
Come
be
on.
more perfect.
Right.
You got to
Come
be
on.
more punctual.
Right.
You got to be more there for everybody.
Right.
You got to be more a logical thinker. You got to
Right.
be more everything. You have so much. Like what God say, to much is given, much is required.
Right.
Yeah.
You have to. It's so much responsibility. Sometimes I be praying to God, like, God, like. Sometimes I just want to let it go.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
I just want
Right.
to be cool.
Right.
The phone calls from my family, and I love my family, I love my friends, but it's like you don't get too many phone calls saying like, "How you doing?"
Right.
Come on.
Right.
It's
Come
phone
on,
calls
man.
saying,
You
"Hey,
preaching.
Come on, man.
I need this,"
Come
and
on
that's
now.
Come
cool
on.
because I prayed to God for times to say, "God, let me be able to help my family, let me be able to help my friends."
Right.
But you are gonna lack that people caring about how you actually feel,
Right.
what you're actually going through.
Right.
It's a big responsibility. Like what the Bible say, when Jesus was the big dog, he had to be the little dog. He
Right.
was
Come
washing
on.
feet. He was, you know,
Right.
you gotta really. It's not what people think.
My saying
Come
is this
on.
though, like,
Yeah.
like if you, how you gonna call yourself a big dog when your
Yep.
so-called little pups are not big dogs?
Right.
You
Everybody
get what I
gotta be a
mean?
big dog.
Everybody gotta be a
Right.
big dog, man.
Right.
When we walk in the room, don't nobody supposed to know who's the big dog.
Come on.
Literally.
Nobody.
Come on.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And if they know who's the big dog, then you're not a big dog.
Come on.
It's simple as
Let me
that.
raise my hand.
Yeah,
I got something to say, y'all, because I had a friend who was talking to me about like a dude that, you know, and he was like, he had a friend, and his friend, maybe his friend was like falling down, and they had a meeting and was like, "Hey, if you don't get it together, you know, we can't be friends again no more."
Right.
And like so many people would say that wrong, but
Right.
that's the truth, because
Right.
you're supposed to uplift your friends to higher. If I see my friend falling down below the spectrum, I'm like, "Hey, like, what's up with you?
Right.
You've been going out too much. You
Right.
need to chill.
What you need.
What you
Right.
need.
Right.
Where's your goal?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's so many friend groups that want to empower you to go out and have fun. And
Come on.
turn up, but not what you want to do for business.
Right.
We getting older.
Right.
You want to buy a
Come on.
house?
Right.
What you need help starting a business? Like,
Right.
what do you need?
You know, it's crazy that you say that. Not because-
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm finna say
Come
the
on,
same
man.
thing.
Come on, say,
Because we talk about this
It's all
so
day.
much.
My
You know what I
twin,
mean?
man.
Like being a good friend, you know, and that shows the leadership qualities too. Because we was just having this conversation. I'm like, I'm that friend that I'm gonna push you to be great.
Yeah.
So like you tell me right now, I want to be a music artist. I'm like, all right. I'm on the phone like, shit. What we doing?
Yeah, what we doing?
What, you in the studio?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You shooting videos.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm pushing you. I'm gonna hold you accountable. So
Right.
like what you saying, you like, man, I'm that friend that's gonna hold you accountable.
Absolutely.
Right.
But it's crazy how many people don't want to be held accountable.
Right,
You know
right.
what I mean? How many relationships been separated for
Yep.
holding people accountable.
Right. They get in their feelings.
Exactly.
Right.
And going back to like being a leader, like them the leadership qualities you gotta have. You gotta be able to hold people accountable, to lift them to their
Yep.
higher self.
Talk
you
to
know,
'em, man.
and that goes back to you saying
Talk
like
to 'em.
you shouldn't know who's the big dog in the room, because we all holding each other to that big dog
Yeah.
spectrum. Like you know what I'm saying?
Exactly,
So like,
exactly.
y'all, that's beautiful what
Yeah.
you
And it's the
said.
thing, like, I love how y'all keep saying, like, you know, you should know who the big dog is. I'm sorry, y'all. I always go back to the Bible, because if people knew who the true big dog was, they would have never doubted Jesus.
Exactly.
Ever.
Exactly.
But they couldn't tell.
Right.
Yeah.
Because who he was, they couldn't tell.
Right.
It's like you hanging with so and so. They don't know who.
Right.
You don't seem like you him.
Right.
Because they don't seem like they him.
Right.
But they don't even know what him's supposed to look like.
Right.
To them, him look like diamonds, chains, owner of the church,
Right.
casting people out. And Jesus came to say that's not what him looked like.
Right.
And to them, they was like, oh, that's not him.
Right.
And his crew not him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I love how y'all keep saying, like, you're not supposed to even know.
Come on, man.
It's a humble walk. God always say, I remember in the Bible, God say, everybody is called, but not everybody can follow.
Come on now.
But
Talk
those
to
who
'em.
are called and are supposed to follow will. Because it's
Exactly.
a privilege.
Exactly.
It's such a humble line. It's
Exactly.
a privilege to know what it looks like.
Right.
To be a true leader.
Right.
A true It's not what society. It's
Right.
not the
Paint the
BBLs.
picture.
It's not the
Exactly.
cars.
The
It's not the
cars, the
houses.
jewelry,
It's
the
not none of
material
that.
things.
It's not
Come
none
on
of
None
that.
of that matter, bro.
But he gonna separate the who can tell and who can't.
Right. Right.
Yeah, at all times.
It's crazy that you say that, because
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, I feel like I got a power
Yeah.
that I can read individuals. You know, I know how to, when I walk in the room, what type of energy in there. A lot of people don't have that type of
No.
power. They don't at all. You know, they don't know who's powerful and who's not. They justify the powerful person from wearing the certain material, the chain.
And they the weakest ones.
They be the
Come
weakest
on.
one. That's the one that's crying at home. You know what I'm saying? When he leave the party.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Facts.
That's the one that's going through it. They don't know how to, get the situation or a challenge. You know what I mean? That's not the big dog. That's not,
Not
the
the
powerful
big dog.
person.
Because it don't make you
It
at
don't
the
make
end
The
of
big
the
dog
day.
is usually at home anyway.
Exactly.
Let's just be honest.
I'm a homebody, baby.
He's at home.
Chilling.
Relax,
He's at
man.
home.
Thinking. We
He
coming
in
up
his
with a master
kingdom.
plan.
He in his kingdom. Come on, man.
For real.
Relax.
He usually at home,
Yes,
bro.
Lord.
And you gotta really learn what to look for. That's why I always tell people I love Adam Sandler. So he's one of my favorite actors. I love any
that man,
movie
too.
he's in. I can watch him, but it's like in real life, I just love him because no matter what, he's always dressed with a baggy t-shirt, the baggy cargo,
Him.
all the time, bro.
Yeah.
Right.
And I love that. I love what he represents and stands for. The culture is so crazy. Women
It's
can't be themselves.
superficial.
Men
It's
can't.
so
Come on, man.
superficial.
What? Men would
Nobody-
rather die than to be who. Women would rather die on the cutting table than to
on.
be who
Right.
they are.
Right.
Exactly.
It's hard to find people who will really
Come
want to
on, man.
stand out and be like, no, this is who God made me.
Come on,
This is who
man.
I love to be.
Come on, man.
And that's
Yeah.
one of the things, you know what I mean, I had to realize, like, when
Yeah.
it came to music. Because at one point in time, I was around a certain crowd.
Mm-hmm.
And I, like, naturally, I'm like, man, I do not fit in.
Your
Me and
intuition.
Rasta was talking about this, too. It's just, like, I naturally didn't fit in.
Yeah.
My music don't sound the same. My music, like, I'm speaking from the heart. I'm not... You know, nothing against people talking about murder and things, but that's not my
I don't
core.
know nothing about
I don't
it.
identify
Right.
with that. You know what I
Right.
mean?
I don't know
That's
nothing
not
about
my
it.
core
Right.
value.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I stuck out like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
And then, like, when you really come into yourself, you walk as yourself. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You see that it's okay to be yourself. You
Right.
know, and I feel like in the industry, there's not a lot of people that's doing that. Like, so shout out to you because you being
Yeah.
yourself. I heard the
Thanks.
music, you being yourself. So
Thanks.
I fuck with that for real.
Thank you.
So I gotta ask you this too. Like, I know we kind of went all over the place, but at the same time, like, do you think there's a lot of gatekeeping in the industry?
I'm gonna say when it comes to, I think there's a lot of gatekeeping. I think there's a lot of things that they have to gatekeep. And when I say that there's a lot of things that they have to gatekeep, is because they know if certain things got out,
It'll
they're
get
done.
ugly. Yeah.
It'll get ugly.
It'll get ugly.
So when I hear people say, like, like, how you feel about the gatekeeping? I mean, I feel like Satan got a gatekeep. He got to hold secrets. I'm on God's side. Ain't no secrets. You know what it is. You know what it ain't. You want to
Right.
rock with this side or you don't.
Yeah.
When you on the other side or you want to do certain things, the crazy parties that we all hear about, the blood sacrifices.
Right.
They all real.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They gotta
all real.
gatekeep that.
They gotta gatekeep that.
Right.
You
Right.
can't come out in public like, oh, we're
And just-
having a ritual this weekend, guys. Hey,
Yeah.
where the party
Right.
at? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You gotta gatekeep that.
Right.
But we on
I
God's
feel
side,
it.
ain't no gatekeeping.
Right.
You know what it is over here.
Right.
Come on.
We don't know what y'all got going on.
Right.
But that's cool because like God said, you gotta pick a side. So I'm not really want to come out and say
That's crazy.
I don't
She
like
said
that
it.
side. I don't like that side. No, but I know what side I'm on.
Right.
Ooh,
Right.
So
man.
you could really gatekeep.
It's my dog.
I prefer you to gatekeep that.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
Right.
that's not where I want to be anyway.
That's something I ain't trying to feed my
I
brain
don't
with
want to be
anyway.
anyway.
Nah, most
But
definitely.
they'll ask certain questions to know
Right.
if you are on the side of the gatekeepers.
Right.
Straight
Or
up.
if you are on the side
Yeah,
of the.
I done heard stories of them just like,
Yeah,
you know
bro.
what I'm saying, just trying it. You know, they invite you to a party and do all
Hey.
type of crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Crazy
You know,
stuff.
end up putting your hand. You a guy, they putting your hand on your shoulders like that. They just want to.
Hey, I always tell
They just
people-
want to see what happens. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Hey,
Yeah,
anywhere
that's a
you
test.
gotta go where they be like, you gotta sign this NDA.
Come on now. What are you signing this for?
What am I
Hey, look.
signing an NDA for?
Yeah, I don't know nothing about that. Yeah,
What are you signing it
said,
for?
Gatekeep that. Yeah,
Keep that over there.
So yeah, do I think that
Yeah.
they gatekeeping? I think that they are 100% gatekeeping, as they probably should. But God sees all,
Right.
so
Nah, most
you
definitely.
should. You're gonna have to keep gatekeeping,
Right.
Nah,
Right.
most
Because
definitely.
God don't even play like that.
Right.
Nah,
Right.
most
So
definitely.
we do need to know what society you want to roll with,
Right.
because to get in that society, you gonna have to go through rituals. They
Right.
want to know if you really ready
really
to
about
gatekeep.
that.
If you really ready to get, like, it's like going
Yeah.
joining a sorority.
Right.
Yeah.
You ready to cut your blood and split this just to even get over here? We
Right.
gotta
Yeah.
gatekeep that.
Right.
Most
When it comes to
definitely.
what God got for you, ain't no
Don't park all
gatekeeping.
that.
This is the law.
Right.
Everybody
Nah.
knows it.
Right.
Nah, most
You want to come over
definitely.
here?
Right.
All right. Jesus Christ and Savior. This is what you got to do. We all forgive and
Right.
we love each other. That's it. Everybody knows that.
Right.
You don't know how to get into Satan kingdom. You don't know
Right.
how to get into it
Nah.
Right.
because it's something different every time. It's
Yeah.
always a different act.
Hey,
It's
keep-
always a different. It's always something
Keep
different.
keeping that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
Hey,
how you
keep-
put that.
keep
Too, like
gatekeeping.
gatekeeping.
We don't want none of them
love
smoke,
y'all
man.
gatekeepers.
You know, I
Nah,
am blessed
most
and highly favored, man.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, I submit my will to the Creator.
I'm
Yeah.
telling it all. We
Yes,
love
Lord.
I love a gatekeeper. I love when I walk up to the gate. These are the requirements to get in. Okay, I'm good.
Right.
Nah, most
I'm gonna go up
definitely.
to that gate.
Nah, most
I'm
definitely.
good.
I'm over
But
here.
we appreciate gatekeepers.
Nah, most definitely.
Right.
Yeah.
Most
I feel
definitely.
it. I
Like,
feel
when you
it.
put it that way, I ain't gonna lie, kind of opened up my perspective. Because
Yeah.
I was looking at it far as like how people withhold information. And definitely like that information right there,
Yeah.
withhold. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But like
withhold.
when it come to people like, you know, that you close to or people you moving around with, you know, within the industry,
Yeah.
or you might know people that's on this level.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you like, dang, like help me get to this level. So like that's what I mean by like gatekeeping.
But that's
like,
not God. When I answered that question, it was such a broad answer because that's not God.
Yeah.
Because God gonna let you know how to get to the level you want to be at.
Right,
It's
right.
written.
Straight
all
up.
the good things you want to be. Where He say, "You ask and you shall receive." All of that is written.
Right,
You can
yeah.
read it. You
Right,
can read it.
right.
I can read it.
Yeah.
There is no gatekeeping when it comes to good. You know how to get to good.
Right.
You know how to get to good
Come on.
outcome.
Man, that's my
Come on.
So
dog.
when it comes,
Come
yeah,
on.
Come
when
on
it comes to
now.
gatekeeping,
Right.
when it comes to gatekeeping, that's of the enemy.
Yeah.
I don't want no part. So
Right.
Come on.
you should keep gatekeeping. That's
Right.
fine because
Yeah.
I know where to go find us. I know where God have already sent me. I'm
Right.
not tripping on what you want to gatekeep.
Right.
Because that's not what I want a
Yeah.
part of
Right.
anyway. Because
Come on.
God made
I don't
every
receive
access
that. I
to
don't want to
everybody.
receive the information
I don't
from
want
you
it.
because I
Facts.
know it's not genuine. For one,
on.
No.
it might be wrong. It's not
Yeah,
righteous.
bro.
You know what I
Straight
mean?
up.
And I'm gonna let you do you. You feel me? I'm not.
God made
I don't want to
available
go
to
in
all
your
His
world.
children. He made available. It's in. I don't know. I feel like I talk about the Bible so much. People are like, oh, the Bible this. I don't care. God. If I always tell people like this, you got two choices.
Yeah.
You can look at the Bible, what Jesus said, apply it to your life. Love your neighbor, do right, take care of orphans. Where does that get you?
Right.
In a good place.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, to do the complete opposite of that, look at where that gets you.
Yeah.
So whether you believe in Jesus or not, look at the outcome of where each one gets
Yeah.
you.
Right.
To believe in Jesus, what is it getting you? Anything bad?
Right.
Anything bad can you
Right.
get from believing in
Nah.
Jesus? No.
Yeah.
But if you go do the complete opposite,
Right.
where could it get you?
Right.
Yeah.
In jail. A lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? You gotta
Facts.
really
Fumbling.
And that's why I say science.
on.
the Bible says that science will confirm the truth because the truth will always stand as the truth.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
Yeah.
So you could gatekeep. I'm not finna try to get into no gate that gotta be like structured to be
Right.
open because God created us.
Right.
He wants us to have the answers. You have the answers right here.
Right.
You either gonna follow
and your
it
brain,
or you not.
Your intuition
Straight
ain't gonna
up.
ever lead
Yeah.
you
Straight
wrong,
up.
man.
I ain't gonna lie. That was
Never.
a
Come
perfect
on now.
answer.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. Like it don't get no realer than that. Like
Yeah, bro.
you know what I mean? The real people who are
Yeah.
living that positive energy.
Come on now.
You know
they gonna
what's
lead
up.
the way. Like you
Come
know what
on
I'm
now.
saying?
You
It's
know
there.
what's
That
up.
energy is there. Nah, that's what's
Your
up.
intuition
That's
ain't
what's
gonna
up.
ever lie
That's
to
what's
you,
up.
man.
Straight
Ever.
up. So I do want to ask you this. You know, being a female in the music industry,
Mm-hmm.
do you think that like being sexualized is the only way that you can make it in the industry?
I think that's a major way right now.
Yeah.
I think that's a being a female. I mean, y'all see how I'm dressed right now, so it's like,
you chilling.
you know what
My
I'm
dog,
saying.
the homie,
you
man.
see, I mean, you got people like Billie Eilish who came out and was 100% them.
Super
made
dope.
it.
Super
Right.
dope. By
Great.
the way, shout out.
But let's do a tally
Right.
of how many
people
females
that's
could have
doing
did that. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Exactly.
So it's like when it comes down to, I had people who told me about being a female artist, like, oh, you're not sexual enough, or you're not being what?
Right.
I'm not meant to be there.
Right.
Because it's like there are little girls. If I had a little girl,
Right.
who need to know what to look up to, I don't put nobody down. I don't want to put any other artists down who are talking sexual, who are doing anything sexual, because I'm not in your body.
Right.
I don't
Right.
control you.
Right.
But do I think that the lane for female artists right now is sexualism?
Right.
100%.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's not based off of my own thought. It's because this is
It's
a
fact.
fact.
No, it's
We
a
can
fact.
see
No,
it.
most definitely.
We can see it.
That's
The
factuals.
lyrics, I can't even relate to the lyrics.
Right.
Fact.
But the sexualism, yeah. And it's always, the devil always has a bigger plan. I think about, you want men to be more, you want men more cheat on their wives.
Come on
you
now.
want men more into sexualism,
Right,
pornography,
yeah. Right.
all type of things. You want women more into giving their bodies than their mind,
Come
than
on now.
cooking. It's different things that you want happening.
Right.
The devil wants happening.
Right.
Than
Yeah.
to be a great couple. So yeah, I think that the sexualism in the industry is completely out of control, and it is the top rating market in the industry as we speak right now.
Nah, most definitely. Most definitely.
Yeah.
How you feel
It's
about
the same
that?
with violence, you know. They don't want anything positive to come out of a woman, you know. Women are very sacred. They don't need to show their body, their hair, things of
Yeah.
that nature. But they want them to do the total opposite, right?
Most
And
definitely.
even guys, you know, that's why so many of these guys are going in there and they shooting and they talking about killing a nigga, you know, and things of that nature, because they want to keep that paradigm going.
Most
You see what I'm saying?
definitely.
So I definitely think that's the way of making it.
Most definitely.
You know what I mean?
And that's why, like I said, I got to shout out you, because you one of the few artists that's taking the chance to go that other route. You know what I mean? Being true to yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of artists don't do that for that simple fact. You know, I feel like they just want to. How can I even put it? Like they just want to, they just giving in. Like they, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? They just
They
giving
just
in.
throw it out there.
They just giving into what sells,
Right.
you know, and it sucks. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Because the image that you paint for these young kids.
The music is not even music no
Facts.
more, bro.
I seen a
we
post on
need
Twitter.
artists really like both of y'all.
Facts.
We need artists like y'all, man, because the music is not music no more. It's actually ridiculous. I don't even
What?
listen to a lot of music.
Come on.
You
Bro,
know what I mean?
I seen a post on Twitter, and it was
Yeah.
like the music execs are like in a frenzy because they're not coming across artists who could sell out shows.
Come on, man.
And somebody was like, "Well, why do you think that is?"
Come on.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
music
What do you
no
think it
more.
is?
It's not music
It's a
at
goddamn
all.
strip club.
I'm sorry. It's a strip club. I'm sorry. Like I don't want to
Yo.
go. I don't want to. And I'm not trying to. I hate to be the artist who would have to sing somebody else's lyrics as my own. But that's on my heart. I'm not trying to go to a concert. I'm out of town. Thinking when I'm around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to do that.
Facts.
And no offense to even
on,
the
man.
artists, because in the strip club, that's a great lane.
Nah, most definitely.
It's
Right.
a great lane. But when we talk about selling out shows,
Right.
It's
Come
the
on now.
it really
Come
comes
on
down
now.
to the
No.
impact. That's
Come
how
on.
I feel, like really the impact. But I feel
Yeah.
like it takes more artists, and it takes more what's the word I'm looking for? Man, like
More
like message,
integrity.
like we got to get out the message because
Right.
I feel like right now that's what hip hop is surrounded. Like,
But
music,
she's doing it. She's
What,
doing
what was
it.
hip hop anyway?
Right, facts.
What was
When
Tupac
it-
talking about? What was when you go back to
exactly.
hip hop? Hip hop was
Exactly.
never this.
It was
Right.
never this.
This is not.
crazy.
This
It
is
was
in fact
never
not
that.
hip hop.
It
This is not
wasn't.
hip hop.
Right.
It wasn't.
We need to
This
change
was
the whole
never-
name. It ain't hip hop no more, man.
Let me
This
tell you
needs to
something.
Have a whole nother genre.
on.
Let me tell you something.
Come on.
I don't even know if we're going to have to cut this so we could use it. But when I first started doing music and I said that I went with Stevie J, and it was 2 artists. It was me and another guy there who's a great lyricist. I mean, great. And there was like some models up there, and I remember he was sitting down talking to us, and like we was talking. If I could play the music, I wish, bro, I have it in my email. The music that I played, that I was like making, was about like exposing the government, and the other dude was on the same type of time as me.
Right.
And he literally sat us down and he was like, "Yeah, you keep talking like that, and they're gonna off you." Stevie J. That's what he said.
Dang, that's wild. That's
Hey,
wild.
that's crazy,
And like,
bro.
I wouldn't, like, for me, like, I'm not really all about that. Like, I'm about waking people up. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. Like, knowing that you in the system, I'm all about that. But me, it's just like music that's relatable. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Things that you really going through on the day to day. I just feel like with hip hop, it's so much facade. Like, you got suburban kids walking down the street, you know what I'm saying, talking about gun, pow, pow, and it's just like, bro,
You ain't
like,
even grow up like
But this is
that's
what I
not
was like,
even
y'all. I used to
you.
say shit like, I was like, "Oh my god, did I curse?" It
No,
don't
you-
matter.
you super
I'd
good.
be like, what did I say? I'd be like, English, that's what we call communication. It's time to speak without using words. It's time to preach to a generation where
Come
the
on
fake
now.
is observed, where the real is observed by the fake.
Come
the
on
fake
now.
with the hate. The people in the face asking questions. How you observe so much knowledge? Like, did you go to college?
Come on
It's
now.
called communication.
Talk
It can
to
change
'em.
a nation. It was just so much stuff that we was talking about. That
Right.
was like, it was just like, you can't talk about that.
Right.
Come on.
They
You
don't-
have
they-
to find something else.
They not gonna let that type of music sell. You
No,
know, it's
bro.
not gonna push that out there,
Hey.
man.
'Cause we're
they
black.
wanna keep that pernicious
Yeah.
paradigm going,
Because we're
man.
black. It's really no other way. I'll be the only one to say it.
Nah,
It's
right.
because we're black.
I ain't against
and when it comes to us being black, which whether this is used or not, that's really okay because I know like the stigma that come with it. But they don't want the most powerful people on earth,
Come on,
which
man.
are black people.
Come on now.
Facts.
To start talking about the type of stuff.
Come on now.
Because even when you want to go back to generations, the people who were Caucasians who were coming over black people, they weren't even talking like
Come
that.
on, man.
Right.
Talk to him.
They didn't even know that violence wasn't the way.
Right.
So for a black person who have went through violence, who
Right.
have been hung and burned and tortured, to come out and say violence isn't the way,
Come on now.
they're pissed.
Come on now.
Because why were you burned and tortured and you're not
And
uproaring?
you're not uproaring.
Right.
Exactly.
Why are you
Right.
not
You
trying
at
to kill
peace.
back? Why
Right.
is your response violence isn't the way still?
Right. Right.
Because what kind of human are you?
And naturally,
A real one.
Exactly. Because
Come on.
naturally, we're peaceful people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Naturally.
Right.
Yeah.
They kind of guide us in that direction. You feel
But they
me?
have their own.
And you got certain individuals that's selling out in that manner. You see
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Right.
Because the material things, what
Yeah.
comes with acting in that manner. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? But we're naturally peaceful people.
Yeah.
Naturally.
But nah, I feel like, you know, like as we continue to go and as we continue to thrive, I feel like the black dollar pushes almost every market. Like, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? And I feel like right now in hip hop, if we do more coming together and pushing certain types of music, then I feel like we could change that narrative.
But we gotta
Right.
figure out what is
Yeah.
hip hop.
Yeah,
What do we want hip hop
exactly.
to be?
We gotta own it.
Yeah.
But like I said,
Yeah.
y'all are doing it. Y'all
Yeah.
are leading by
It's
example.
not y'all. It's always gonna be
Exactly.
we because whether
Yeah.
you making the music or you supporting it,
Right.
you're playing a
right.
part.
You right.
Facts.
You right.
So it's like
Facts.
You right.
we have to figure out as a togetherness. We have to really say, okay, we are gonna be together on this. What do we want hip hop to stand for?
Right.
What do we want hip hop to mean?
Right.
What
Facts.
does it mean? What has
Right.
it always meant?
Right.
You know, and that's a big thing.
I'm with that.
You know.
I'm with that. Man, this is a powerful queen right here,
Oh,
man.
most
Y'all
definitely.
playing.
Most definitely. Most
Stop
definitely.
Yeah.
playing, man.
I love having this conversation. Though.
Nah, it's
Man.
good
You
conversation.
Yeah.
said
for
some
sure.
shit too, bro.
Yeah,
like
you on
I'm
that,
like,
though.
oh.
And I like how you bring a religion with it and making everything make sense. Like even
Yeah.
with that one question, like you was like, how you say it? You was just like, nah, because if the enemy,
Right.
you know what I mean? I
Yeah.
don't even know what the fuck. I gotta put it together.
Mhm.
I gotta put it
She
together.
saying
I
some
gotta
shit.
think about it. 'Cause
She got
the way
me over
that
here
you had
flowing.
putting out the way that she put it was so cold. She was just like, She was like, yeah, basically that's what the devil want to do.
Right.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And if you go that way and you gatekeeping,
Right.
that's the enemy working through you.
Right.
Yeah.
The people who's moving in a positive light is working through
Right.
God, the
Yeah.
light. You know what
Right.
I mean? So
Yeah.
Right. They gonna throw you
they're
that
not gonna
information.
gatekeep. They gonna
Exactly.
What I was
that
always
information.
taught
They're
is
gonna
like
information.
it's
Yeah.
always easy access because when at the end, when God do everything, it's like I gave y'all every opportunity.
Right.
You had the easiest opportunity.
Facts.
Come on now.
To fix your life.
It's gonna be a part of your walk, and it
It's gonna
really
be a
go
part.
back too. Cause I love
Yeah.
what you had said. Cause for the longest time, bro, I prayed so hard for a team. Like
Yeah.
I was around so many just fake individuals, and I'm like, man, God, like when I'm gonna come around people who really want to work together to
Yeah.
help build this to go
Fact.
up. And it seemed like it never was gonna come.
Fact.
Right.
And man, like you said, like the way God worked, the universe worked, bro. You brought it together, and I
Right.
just now like got to the point to where like I'm looking around and everybody in the room is just full of love, ready
Right.
to
No,
push
full
this
of love.
boat.
Like if y'all need a
Ready to
female like
push
hostess,
this.
you know, like
Right.
hit me
Yeah.
up,
Yes.
cause I'm down.
Yes, bro.
I'm down.
Like
Facts.
full of love.
But it
Gotta
go back.
be- gotta be
It
full
go.
of
It go
love.
back to everything right timing too, because
Yeah.
you know you naturally at them times when you was praying about a team, you probably wasn't ready for a team as
Yeah.
well.
Facts.
You never
Facts.
know the
Facts.
look the higher up working mysterious ways, and
Yeah.
he getting you ready, he sharpen you. He like,
Yeah.
all right, nah, I ain't gonna throw him the team right now.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, shoot, the team that I'm gonna throw him, we got to get all them ready. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? That
Yeah.
way, when everything come together and unify, then everything's smooth. The way the PC going right now,
Come
it's
on.
smooth.
Going
Everything's
crazy.
Bro,
smooth.
what? I used to be so
Facts.
mad at. I ain't gonna lie. I have to be honest because I used to be so mad at God for a period of time. I was like, why is it not like I know I have the time? I know I have da. Like my videographer to this day, like which is A20 Media. I met him like at a club. It was my birthday, and he was like, oh, let me take a picture real quick. I was like, okay,
Right.
like cool. And he did me. He was like, let's do like a free photo shoot. So many people DM me about free photo shoots. I was like, man,
Right.
like whatever, like
Right.
cool, we could do it.
Yeah.
And we had did one. And he was like, I want to do videos. And I was like, okay, like, I couldn't really afford music videos at the time. So I was like, okay, like, we could, like, really build. And he just became, like, such a great, he was working for 1501 at the time.
Okay.
And he just became such a great, and that's my, like, when I tell you that's family,
Hey, it's
like,
going
I'll
cool.
do anything for him.
Great person.
Like, what?
And it's
like, with
natural.
all my heart, I love that guy. And, like, when it comes to a video or photo shoot, he's there. But it's, like, beyond that, like, that's my brother.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
And it's
it's
natural.
nothing in the
and
world.
it's natural.
What?
It's
I
natural.
wouldn't-
Ain't
There's
nothing
nothing in
for
the
us.
world I wouldn't do for that guy.
Right.
Like,
Yup.
and God know it. And it's like when I thank God, thank Him 5,000 times
Right.
because it's like the people that you have brought around me are the most amazing people I could have even
It's
imagined.
beautiful.
It's their smile.
Come on.
It's their talk. It's their essence.
Right.
How they care about me. How I care about them. Like
Right.
it's so many things that go into appreciating the people around you.
Right.
Exactly.
For just being great people
Right.
that you meet on earth.
It's
I believe
genuine.
that,
It's
man.
a vibe.
Genuine.
Me and bro
It's
talk
a
about that
vibe.
all
Yeah.
the time.
For real.
This is my guy. Like we be diving into
Most
it.
definitely.
After we live, we probably two in the rising with it again.
Yeah.
For real, we be parking garage talking
Just
all
chopping
night.
it up,
All
bro.
night, bro.
All
Just
night.
chopping
And
it
that's
up.
how
Good
you know.
conversation.
Bro,
you
it'd be
feel
like
me?
2 in the morning. Like, dang, we been here all night.
Nah,
All
for real.
night. You know what I mean? Well, we got to stop. Like, let's get in the
Yeah,
house.
we
with
gotta-
our
we gotta
wives, bro.
take
We got to
that
go,
way.
like, for real. But nah, I ask you that too, like, because, like, can you separate music from the person?
Can you separate music from the person?
That is a good question.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say no.
Mm.
I think that's a very controversial answer I gave because I feel like Doja Cat would give a different answer.
Right.
I feel like it'd be like you can separate the music from a person,
Right.
but I feel like if I think about my lyrics to my songs, which I don't feel like I even wrote, I feel like God sent through me.
Come on.
I feel like I can't separate from my person.
Right.
Because it's so many times where I wrote music, I don't even feel like I wrote it, but the words that came out, I'll play and I'm like, damn, like I was going through that.
Right.
But only God knew I was going through that.
Right.
As my person.
Right.
And it's like I feel like I can't separate my music from my person because that's my pain.
Right.
Yeah.
That's my story.
Right. I think, like, because I'm listening to you right now, I think if you're a true artist
Yeah.
and you being yourself, then you can't.
But if you trying to make money,
but
then
if
you
you trying to
can.
make money, you just trying to,
Yeah.
I guess, entertain, you
Yeah.
can. Because
Yeah.
at one point, just being honest, I was separating, you know, the music from me. You know, the last few times I was rapping out, you know, I had a couple songs talking about pimping, horn, and things in that nature.
Right.
I had a whole girl at the house.
I'm not even pimping and hoeing.
You know what I'm saying? I'm pimping or hoeing. You know what I'm saying? And even the drill music and things in that nature. I mean, in the past, yes, I have, you know, done a couple things, but around that time, man, I'm at the house. I'm a homebody. You know what I mean? But the song that I'm writing, I'm in this. I'm super killer, super drill. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But so I think you can when you're just trying to entertain.
When you trying to make money and entertain.
But when you being your true self, like you're saying, then nah.
Hey, I hear something when I was making music, people be like, "You need to make a song like this," or I make kind of some love songs now. But it's so funny because they used to be like, "You make a love song," and I was like,
right.
I don't have a good experience with love.
Right.
So to sit down and make a love song, it's like...
It's awkward.
It's awkward. It's I'm like... Right. And then, like, I probably found somebody who made me feel like a partial piece of love, which I could make, like, a couple. But for me, to start... If I go try to talk about, like, twerking, I can't because... I haven't been through it.
Right.
I don't know how I feel.
Right.
It's gonna be like just having writers.
Right.
It's like, okay, like...
Right.
But me... I do kind of make sad music. People are like, you gotta make happy. No, because I don't have to make any type of happy music because Adele has been making sad music her whole career.
Come on now.
You never asked Adele to start making twerk music.
Come on now.
Adele has always been sad, and you listen to her because she is sad. That's Adele.
That's the vibe you get off her.
I like that. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. Yeah, because like for me, like when I think about that question, I just feel like you can't. Like, I agree with you. Like, I feel like you can't separate it because I feel like if your morals are, if you in tune with, I'm going to just say, if you in tune with yourself, you know what I mean, then you're not going to allow yourself to put something out there into the world that doesn't serve you and your message to the world. You know what I mean? So I feel like for me, it's like, nah, like it don't matter if it's money, then even if money is the reason why, like I feel like you still sold yourself. Like that's still you. You know what I mean? That's still a reflection of you. So I'm sorry, brother.
Nah,
I know you know what I'm saying, but
let me tell you real quick. I'm sorry I gotta stop you because I love how you put that because I always tell people that when it comes to music, I had somebody that was like, you make music like that. I made a song and then maybe I had like kind of was going through a different phase of my life where I was drinking a lot, doing like different stuff. Like, we're doing this. Like, I'm not going to make a song persuading the youth or anyone to act like how I act in my worst times. I'm not going to do it.
Nah, I feel
because that's on your... It's a scripture that even talks about that. That's on your conscience. Even a preacher who is not a true preacher but has people following him, if they follow him thinking he's a true preacher but he's not, that's on him. You know what I'm saying?
No, I feel it.
I am not gonna get on there like I'm not gonna do that because you should talk. I talk about what I talk about, positivity and overcoming, because that's what I want people to be able to do. Even if you don't, hey, that's my story.
Facts.
But to get on my music and be like, talk about what I do with my sexual, I'm not gonna do it. Because
that's why I say it all depends on the artist and what is their perception and what is their vision with the music. You know what I mean? Because now if I make music, I wouldn't. You know, the level songs, you that was so high level. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
But I look at it from a point of view where it's like entertaining. So when you look at TV or anything like that, like the guy of power, Tommy, you see him right now, you naturally gonna think he's a thug, but he's just a great actor. You get what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
So that's what I'm saying. It's like,
what is
it just
actor?
Depends on an actor is an artist in a way.
Really?
In a way, yes he is.
I always tell people this. You got one thing about actors, I'm gonna tell you. Now I'm not gonna say this fits for everybody. Because when you become an actor, I've worked on Tyler Perry Studios, I worked on a lot of stuff. When you become an actor, the channel that you care, the actor that you have to channel is usually your normal self. That's why they get the same actor to play the same roles. Denzel Washington, you notice he plays the same roles, different movies. Will Smith, they probably could change up a little bit. You got Leonardo DiCaprio. But if you take clips from each movie Leonardo DiCaprio plays in, it's the same character because it's one reason that it's this. When they have you to act, they always tell you act natural. Act
I feel it.
yourself. The girl who off Orange is the New Black, I've loved her I've loved her watching Orange is the New Black. But she had like a skit, not a skit, I don't know what it is, I don't really care. But she had a video that went viral with how she was acting with a guy. But how she acting in real life was the same way she acted in the movie. And it was like, oh, she's
This
not
is her.
really. Yeah, like,
Right.
she's not really slow.
Right.
No, because acting
Right.
is you being yourself. That's the first rule of acting is to
Yo,
be
I never knew that.
yourself.
I never knew that.
That's why Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you watch any movie, Adam Sandler, he acts the same.
way.
If
Yeah,
you
he
put a
does.
compilation of
Kevin
Kevin
Hart,
Hart,
same
they
way.
act the
You ain't
same.
never lied.
Why
I
is
feel
that?
it.
Because
Yeah.
the
'Cause that's
first
them.
rule of acting is be yourself.
You just taught me something.
Gabrielle
Be yourself.
Union. Be yourself. That's
Nah,
that's
straight
the
up.
first rule of acting is to
Right.
be yourself.
And-
Acting isn't really acting.
Yeah, and what I was gonna say too is like you still gotta sign a contract. You still get the script. You still get the role. You still know what you playing. So
Right.
you still signing off on that.
Right.
That's still you.
Right.
Man,
see what
y'all,
I'm
I'm
saying?
gonna tell y'all one thing. I'm
Yeah.
gonna be really honest about myself because when I was young, sorry y'all.
No, you good.
When I was young, I was so dramatic, and I
Right.
say I was dramatic like I could pretend anything happened.
Right.
My arm had broke, which it probably could have really broke, but I was so dramatic. I was like, oh my god, it hurt so bad, right? I'm not kidding.
Sound like-
It hurt so bad. And when I got into acting, the first movie I ever did, they wanted to me pretend like I was being kidnapped.
Right.
And it was like, just to be yourself. And it was just the easiest role for me because I could get in the car and somebody, and I'm like, he's kidnapping me!
Right.
Like, it was just the easiest thing to
Right.
play because when I was younger,
Right.
I was so used to already pretending
that
I was
role.
really hurt to get my way.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't have to really act that much.
Yeah.
I need to
I didn't
find out
have
what my
to.
position is.
Yeah.
next.
It was serious.
I didn't know it was that easy. I could be myself
Yeah.
all
It's not-
day.
that's
That's
why
it,
only
natural.
certain actors only get hired for certain roles. They
Right.
never get hired for a role that's outside of what they've already done.
Right.
You could do research.
Right.
It's not.
Nah, I
Denzel
believe
Washington
it.
has never played a comedian.
Right.
He's not one.
Right.
It's
He's
do
a-
research. It's always
Nah,
the same.
for real.
I
character.
believe that because
That's
I'm
crazy.
thinking about all the
Yeah, I
characters.
ain't
I'm
gonna lie,
like,
she got me thinking
I'm
about
like,
it, like,
bro,
yeah,
I
that's
never
a fact.
seen
That's
that
a
Bill
fact.
be on no comedy stuff.
'Cause
I
he's
never
not a
seen.
comedian. Yeah, it's
I
not
never
gonna
seen. Well, they
happen.
did try to make Kevin Hart.
Think
in
about
one movie.
Angelina.
What?
Take 5
It was
minutes.
one movie he had came up. I forgot what it was. He killed the dude in an apartment.
Bro, think
It was
about
wrong.
Angelina Jolie.
It was
If you think
wrong,
about-
bro. It was wrong.
If you think about Angelina Jolie, Angelina Jolie is an actor in movies she's been in.
Yeah.
She plays like these dull but subtle, like aggressive roles.
Right.
Always.
Right.
From it's any role Angelina Jolie plays in, she has that same smirk.
Right.
The same facial. It's
in a
always
different- just in a different form.
different role.
Just a
Yeah,
different
yeah,
form.
different
It's-
form.
it's-
It's
I believe
serious.
it.
It's
That's the
expression.
first rule of acting.
Expression.
Be yourself.
Yup.
Man, I'm
Expression.
finna go
It's
act, man.
pretty much expression
I'm
of
finna
self.
go act. I could be myself
That's
all
crazy.
day. I never knew that. I swear. I thought that was gonna give me a character, and I had to
They
soak in
can't.
that character for
Yeah.
about
Because
2 months. You know what I'm saying?
that's
That's what
not-
I thought.
that's not
I
acting.
swear, that's what I thought.
It's not acting. Is not really acting, and they won't really tell you that until you really get in the industry and you start acting. The first rule is to always be yourself. It's the first
That's
rule.
crazy.
The first thing I
Yeah.
ever say to you.
Sign me up.
Yeah, most definitely. So I ain't gonna lie. I do want to ask you this because we didn't get to it. But like, what is your process of creating? Like, whenever you go into that mode of creating, like, what do you do? Do you gotta turn off the lights? Like, what's your steps to creating?
I'm not gonna say I do anything. I think that the method to creating is to create. Sometimes I put on a beat and I can't feel anything.
Yeah.
And I'll turn it off. Sometimes I can put on a beat, like YouTube has like type beats.
Mm-hmm.
I might type in like emotion. Like me, I'm more of an emotional writer.
Right.
Yeah.
So I type in like emotional type beat, and like let's say the beat says like sad, I might be like, oh, I'm sad and I miss my dad. Oh, I don't know what I had.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know I could have had.
Right.
Mama, oh, she made me glad. Mama, oh, she made me pass.
Right.
All them things I couldn't get.
Right.
She like I could really go
Yeah.
off of somebody
Right.
saying sad.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I couldn't get past.
That's real
Mama,
art.
she helped make me get past.
Right.
All the times I was sad. So I could either go back based off of what the artist has labeled that beat,
Right.
or the beat itself. And then if not, I just can't write to it. Because I am a genuine believer that God flows through you when it comes to writing. Because writing is
That's
a serious
facts.
process.
That's
Yeah.
facts.
Because you don't never sit down and write like, say like, oh, I'm talking about my heartbreak from 3rd grade. But that beat
Right.
will talk to you.
Right.
And by the time you finish writing a song, it's like, oh, I was talking about my heartbreak from 3rd grade.
Right.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
exactly how it come out. Like, most definitely. I'm the same way.
Right.
That's why it's
Exactly.
like crazy to hear
I
you say
feel
that.
that, 'cause
Like,
Yeah.
I go beat to beat to beat until I feel something. Like, I gotta feel something.
Yeah.
If I don't feel nothing, then
Couldn't that
hey, I'm
join
not
off.
writing.
I don't
Yeah.
even care about it. It don't even matter.
Yeah.
Right.
I like
yeah.
that.
Yeah. The same way with me when I was an artist. I let it come.
You saying when you were an artist?
He like we not an artist, no way, man. Like we
I
not
ain't been
finna-
exercising.
Like we not finna drop levels Friday. Like we not finna drop levels Friday.
What's
My nigga
that?
is level.
What's that?
Yo,
We gonna play it
we
for
gonna
you.
play
Okay,
it. We gonna play it
okay.
for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
My boy took me to Galveston, man. He got me back in that mode,
Galveston,
man.
where I just came from a beach in Galveston. It's called Dyke Beach. You ever been there?
I ain't gonna even lie.
They be fishing. Like you could actually park your. Sorry guys, you park your truck on the beach. Like
know how
your
to
truck,
fish?
your cars.
Yeah, I feel like because I'm not familiar with the names.
No, it's better than
but I just
Galveston.
be pulling up. Yeah.
You go to
fishing?
Dyke, you could fish, but I'm telling you, it's better than Galveston because everybody can park their cars on the beach in a
right.
line, put the tents, the games, barbecue, but you parking your car on the actual beach.
Right.
Not on the seawall.
Right.
Kids be out there playing. Now, I mean, my kids not getting in that water, but
And it's
No.
like going towards Galveston.
yeah, just type in Dyke Beach. I mean, they're right by each other.
I
Like they are.
That might have been where we went last time.
They're
Like,
in the
with my
same
dinner.
location. It's just
Yeah.
yeah.
You gonna see him that next week. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah. Yeah. I wish
Oh,
next week.
about
Next week I'm a little
catching
busy, but I do wish I could pop out next week. I got a little video to shoot. So.
Hey,
Okay.
busy is good. I just told my boy Moses that, man. Being busy is good.
Man, busy had me tired. I ain't gonna lie, sometimes y'all. Sometimes I want to just be giving up and be like, I'm done. I have to be honest about that because people be like, how is it being an artist?
I mean, you are
It has
human.
to be great.
You human.
Oh no, but sometimes I want to give it up completely.
Right,
I mean, like the whole thing.
Right.
Like people forget that I was an artist.
right.
I
But
want
you
to
have
go work
check
a regular
yourself
job.
sometime.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying.
So
I'm
how
not.
you-
I can't say it's just me that check myself.
Right.
I'm gonna say is like how we was talking earlier. It's the scope of you looking at your work.
Right,
Where is God guiding me?
right,
Where is God stopping me?
right. You letting them control the wheel.
It's that because I've done music for so long and I've tried to be such a positive artist, but you don't. I always tell people this: as anybody who's an entrepreneur, you believe in yourself.
Right,
Right.
I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it. Whether it's clothing, it's art, it's paint.
right,
The truth that no artist talks about is you don't know if you are going to make it.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Right.
Yeah.
Of any artist.
right.
Yeah.
But you want to say, "Oh, I know I'm gonna make
Right.
it." It's the power of the tongue.
Right.
We get that.
Right.
But the truth of it is, you don't know
We human.
where.
Yeah, that doubt
So
in your head
when
in the way.
when you pray about it and God puts that stop,
Right,
that's okay.
right,
Because you don't know if that's probably a savior stop.
right.
Yeah.
I believe that. You remember I told you
Yeah.
that before. I said sometimes I'll be have
Yeah.
to stop and relax and what that does to me sometimes is I soak in what's going on.
Yeah.
So now when I'm ready to record, I just stop for 2 weeks. In that 2 or 3 weeks, a lot just happened.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
now I got something to talk about now when I go back, in the studio
Yeah.
and things of that nature. So like
Yeah.
you said, sometimes that stop is necessary.
Right.
I love so many. I have so many artist friends. I have artist friends who were out there like at the BET Awards with us, and some of them would be like, that they got back out here and they would get back into the studio, but things are just different. And as an artist who makes real music,
Right,
things are different.
right,
So it's like I'm not gonna force my real music on a bunch of fakes. I'm
Right.
not gonna do it.
right.
It's disrespectful to me, to my time,
Yeah, to your
my
art.
artistry, to myself.
Yeah.
Come on now.
And it's like if that's not what's going right now, if that's not, that's fine with me
Right.
because God still blessed me. I'm still paying my bills.
Right.
I'm still
Hey,
me.
It's working,
Nah,
man.
and I feel you on that because I'm like I'm dissecting what you said just now, like within myself. I'm trying to think. I'm like, I don't know if it's like doubt for me. I feel like for me it's more just like, when the fuck they gonna catch on to this shit?
Right.
Like I feel like that's
Yeah.
me. Like I'm so hungry and I feel like the music's so fire.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Super fire.
why aren't they catching on to
Yeah.
this? And I think that's the main thing that bothered me. And I feel like when it come to music, like I don't see myself stopping just because of like
Don't.
what it's doing for me. Like
Right.
it's filling me up so much, and I just love creating. Like I know we just tapped in with each other, but as you go down my page and as you tap
Yeah.
in with my music, I want you to really tap in.
No, I feel like we should
Yeah,
collab.
yeah,
Like, I'm
what's
one of
up?
them. Like
I just
I'm
told him.
getting a guitar because like when I go on YouTube and I go like to type beats, it's
Yeah.
always a guitar, like a country type beat.
Yeah.
For me, if you know me, you know I kind of vibe with
Yeah.
country.
Right.
So I do play the saxophone, but I'm getting into the guitar. So I'm getting into
I am too.
recording
That's
at
crazy.
home,
It's beautiful,
getting into
man. It's
guitar
crazy.
because like I always people be like, oh, if you're not promoting your EP, you should be promoting I'm going to keep doing my 60-second original pieces like I was doing before I had an EP.
Come on now.
And if you don't like it, you can follow me. I
Facts.
don't care.
Come on
Because I have 33,000 followers. None of y'all are paying me.
Come on now.
Yeah.
I don't care. It's a
Facts.
number.
Come on now.
I'm going
Facts.
to do me. And whoever God sends to love you, to love you, to
Come
love
on
you,
now.
that's what it's meant to be.
See, and that's exactly what I'm on too.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's like, it's not really, because like I go back to like why I started music.
Yeah, facts.
Like I started music just for the simple fact I was having a blast. You know what I mean? And even now I'm still having a blast. I didn't start it because of this person. I didn't even care about no damn streams.
Yeah.
You know what I
Right.
mean? So it's just like, why would I care now? You know what I mean? I think that's me right now. Of course I want to sell
Yeah.
out
Right.
stages.
Of course,
like,
we all
come on
do,
now.
yeah.
But it's just like me going back to the reason why I started.
The root of it.
And I feel like that's what's gonna carry that. You
Always.
know what I mean?
I think when I
Yeah.
talk to people who be like, I've been on podcasts and like, what started you in music? And I always say depression. I always say that because music has never stemmed from my happy place.
Right.
I don't really have
It's
music.
therapeutic.
It's therapeutic.
It's
but
definitely therapeutic.
when you hear my first album, Where You Been? You Been Ducked Off for a Minute. They don't know I've been depressed, but you know I'm in it.
Come on,
I
man.
never thought I was
Come
enough,
on,
so
man.
you know I'm finished.
Hot shit.
What I've always come from a place of music has been my upliftance. When I was younger, I didn't feel like I had anyone to talk to about what I was going through.
Come on.
My mom worked 3 jobs,
Right.
had 3 kids. She was busy.
Right.
Like, God bless her because she did everything she could to take care of us. It was
Most
that's
definitely.
3 kids. That's a lot of responsibility. So when it came to music was my outlet because I chose in my own self to not go to my mom every night and be like, Mom, I'm hurting.
Right.
Because I know she had 2 other kids to take care of. I
Right.
chose that on my own, not her.
Right.
She begged us to talk to her.
Right.
Yeah.
So when it came to me doing music, when I started doing music, it was because that was my outlet from depression. That's how I didn't commit suicide. That's how I didn't
Right.
commit. You know, that was my outlet.
Going downhill.
Right.
You stay,
All right,
you
I love my
stay
mom.
up.
Yeah, this is the only way I'm gonna stay on earth.
Right.
Come
I'm
on.
gonna have to talk
That's
about
beautiful,
this.
man.
So when it comes to my music, it's like, yeah, sometimes it's a little depressing, but I get so many DMs, messages. Oh, I needed that.
Come on, man.
And I love that because
Come on.
when I post music, it's because I needed it, and I know somebody else needed it.
Come on, man.
Come on.
That's the only reason I still do music. If it wasn't for
You
that,
already know.
Come on, man.
forget
You
it. I
already
wouldn't
know.
even do it no more.
Look,
I don't
and
even care.
And look, like, man, it's just crazy how much like I'm relating right now. Cause same with me,
Yeah.
like when I really tapped into music, it
Yeah.
came from that dark place.
Yeah.
Like, and I was just having a conversation talking about like I hit a point to where like I was so antisocial, like straight into a shell for what I was going through, and music was the only thing that I could turn
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
to. Like I literally was socially awkward. Like you probably can't tell now, but I was super socially awkward. Couldn't make eye contact. Couldn't even verbally just talk to people. And music was the only way I can
Yeah.
get that shit out.
beautiful,
So like
man.
when you say that, like you really hit a nerve with me because like literally that's my story.
Yeah.
For real. And like I really can't wait till you tap in. Like I
Right.
can't wait
Bro,
till you
this
tap in.
beautiful.
'Cause you
Yeah.
gon-
I just told him on the way here. I say,
Yeah.
bro, I gotta make this happen.
We got to.
Yeah, we
got
gotta
make a
to.
collab.
But I
We
want
gotta
you,
collab,
but I want
'cause
you to
I'm
hear the
down for
music
that.
first. Like I want you to literally hear the music. Like I
Yeah.
literally want you
All right,
to
play it
go
right now.
listen. Man, come on. Man.
Let
Like,
me play
come
right
on,
now.
man. Like
I
what you want
wanna
to hear?
It don't matter
What
what
you wanna hear?
whatever you feel like is your best song. I want to hear it.
Man, look, we
What's the time limit
we gonna
on
wait,
this?
huh?
It's a time limit.
Man, play the song,
Play the
man.
song.
Bro, I got
I
some-
wanna
it's-
hear it.
Come on, you already know.
You know, I know what it is.
Put it on the mic.
Oh man, get on the mic and start smoking.
Listo.
I'm there.
Listo. Listo.
Oh yeah.
Hey, I want this beat. Yeah.
Oh,
Now I really
I
want
did
to.
that.
I
Yeah.
have to hear you sing this. I feel like it's gonna be
on.
beautiful. I have to hear it.
look.
I'm finna push on my Instagram.
Look,
on,
matter of
man.
fact, look.
Wait, let me get my
no,
Instagram.
no, it's not happening.
Yes, it is.
Look, August.
I don't even play
I
like
wanna
this.
That
see
ain't
it,
me.
Corey.
Hey, tell me I'm
I'm
playing
finna
like
do
this.
that.
Do it.
You are. Do it. Do
Yo,
it.
wow.
Hey, give him a shot. He need a
Look,
shot.
I don't do peer pressure.
You need a
That's
shot.
not happening.
You need a shot?
Huh?
You need a shot?
Look, August 26th, pull up.
Man,
That's in
run
2
that
weeks.
shit,
Yeah.
man.
Let's go. I
Run
need
that
to
shit,
hear
nigga.
from your mouth though.
Run that shit, man.
She wildin'. Look, I'm just finna look at the camera.
Don't tell me that you love me if you don't really love me. Through the dark and early while you kick it in so loud. It's like we always on dance, about to take a leak. 100,000 feet, I can't figure you out. You full of mood swings, can't figure you out. You full of mood
Run that shit.
Don't tell me that you love me if you don't really love me through the dark and
Yeah.
Keep getting so loud. So we always on there, about to take a leak. 100,000 feet, I can't figure you out. You full of mood swings.
Hey, I need that collab right there. Sweet. Yeah. Mood swings.
You
full
That's
of
funny.
mood swings.
Loving you.
You had me sound like
Yeah.
that.
I just want y'all to feel it. Just feel it.
Yeah.
Don't tell me that you love me.
I can't dance, so don't mind me.
Damn, what you got
Nah,
open
run
verse
that shit, man.
Where you open verse at?
Run that
Nah,
shit
drop.
like Forrest,
It
man.
dropped.
I don't know what you got new.
Man, remix.
I got a lot of
I'm trying to
new-
collab.
What's up?
Remix
No,
that
for real.
bitch,
I'm
man.
for real.
I'm not
Remix.
for real too.
Let's make it happen.
We at the studio, no
All right,
matter what.
bet. Please don't.
Nah, for real.
Who you go to?
I go to Audible Studios. I
Audible
work with
Studios.
my boy Danny. And then
Okay.
my other producer's name Milan.
Okay. No, we
Oh,
gotta
my
get
bad.
we gotta get a collab in for sure.
That's needed.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm blushing a little bit.
No.
But yeah,
We gotta get one song.
Nah, for sure.
I'm down.
Dope, man.
Yeah.
That's dope. Y'all don't understand what this doing to me over here, man. Just watching this shit,
Yeah.
man. Come
I'm
on,
down.
man.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah, right, y'all. So, I gotta say, I'm not gonna lie, Riah, it's been a pleasure for
Come
real.
on, man.
You got
Thanks.
some gems.
Come
you got
on,
some
man.
gems. But we gotta leave with the quote of the day. And the quote is, the difference between who you are and who you wanna be is what you do.
Talk to him.
You know what I
Okay.
mean?
And you can either take it or leave it. Let's go.
We out. We out.
These niggas better catch up. I never clowning with the circus. I be focused on the cheddar. I be walking with a purpose. Head out, chest out for the ones that wanna hurt. I'ma go out in the flesh, step for service. You clear me.